It says I'm live. Wow. Okay. So, folks, welcome to the Mañana morning check-in. This is your host, Kurt Van Anen, the host of Mañana and everything else online. That is Mañana. And I've got a couple of things I'm actually going to go over with you today. I thought it would be helpful. I'm coming into, I don't want to call it a season, right? But I'm coming into an era where I'm booking a lot of online appointments. I'm making a lot of 10, 15-minute phone calls, moving and shaking and putting things together. And I'm finding people that I can connect with here and here and helping to connect them, kind of playing a matchmaker deal in a lot of roles. So, and you'll notice, they say it's going to rain today, and it's cold here in Southern California. I actually had to put on a jacket. I was freezing before I made this video. But anyway, let me jump into. I'm going to do a shared screen here real quick. And I think the first thing that's going to pop up is going to be, yeah, there it is. You're seeing what I'm seeing on YouTube, but with a delay, right? But let's go here to Calendly. I wanted to show you guys Calendly because my gut is telling me that although this is a common tool, it might not be common for people that are, following the Mañana no Mas message, or like a lot of people like in the power sports industry, for example, might be saying, well, what do I need an automated scheduler for, right? Well, first off, let me just cover this. I mean, there's free versions and there's paid versions. I'm on a paid version, but I just wanted to kind of show you something. You set something up, right? So you make yourself a Calendly page. Go to calendly.com and you register and get yourself an account. And it's going to give you a URL, Calendly, like mine's calendly.com/Kurt Van Anen. Now, it could have said Mañana no Mas, right? But I want people to book the appointment with me, right? Not necessarily Mañana no Mas. So I want people to know that I'm a person, I'm real, I'm not a bot, I'm right here, right? So I made it my name, not my company name, okay? And then I built how I wanted to do meetings. So how do I want to do meetings? I can do a 1 hour one-on-one with people to talk about their web development needs, right? And so, I build a lot of online learning, online tools. I connect a lot of different tools together for people. And so scheduling them for, a 1 hour call, which seems like a lot, but, those jobs usually pay pretty well. So I'll schedule somebody, I'll do a needs assessment with them. And then from that needs assessment with screen shares and looking at what they've got, I'll come up with an estimate or a proposal and then, help run that through the sales process, right? So that's one way in which I'll use Calendly to schedule things. 15-minute introduction meeting. This is on the phone, right? And if you go into the details here, right, I'll open this up for you so you can see exactly how I set it up. It says, what event is this? When can people book the event? I say 15 minutes and 30 rolling days. So they can schedule up to 30 days in advance, right? Questions, right? What do I want to know from somebody? Well, I want to know their name, their email, and their phone number. And then I have another question there that I've asked, and it says, please share anything that'll help me prepare for our meeting, right? So if someone says, I want to talk to you about, here's one I get all the time, rechargeable lights for like bicycles and motorcycles and stuff from China. I get, asked to those meetings all the time. And so there's that, workflows, notifications and cancellation policy, right? Confirmation page. And if you want to charge people, I'm on a paid program. So if I wanted to charge people for a 15-minute call, I could set that up to say, hey, swipe your Stripe card and I'll be able to work with you for the next 15 minutes. But I didn't do that, right? I do this to help grow my own network. And so I have a 30-minute meeting. These are Zoom meetings. So this one's a phone call, and then the 30-minute meeting is a Zoom call, and the 60-minute meeting is a Zoom call. And you'll notice what I do here, right? 30 minutes one-on-one, right? So that's like, hey, this is just a consultative 30-minute call. And then I've got 60-minute meetings, and that's where I do like my interviews and my podcasts and things like that. So if I schedule someone to do a podcast with me, the finished podcast is like 45 minutes. And so I get them on, I do a 5-minute icebreaker, I warm them up a little bit, I hit record, I record the podcast, and then I do like a 10 or a 15-minute follow-up after the interview just to make sure that they're comfortable with what we've discussed and discuss any possible edits or omissions that I need to consider when I edit it down for publishing for the podcast, right? And so all of this is automated. So if someone says, hey, I'd like to be on a podcast with you, right? They send me a message. I say, hey, no problem. Boom, I copy this link, and then I paste that link into whatever the return message is, whether it's text messaging or Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, right? And so this Calendly thing to me is super cool. And then what I've done is let's go over to here. Let's say if we go to LMS, mañananomas.com. This is the front page to the online academy that I have. And when we go into this website, right, you'll page all the way down, newsletter that you can join for. This is where I tell everybody, so there's my chat help, right? Get the newsletter by subscribing here. This is the near daily message that goes out every day. And then we've got a video, and then it says book your consultation below, right? Whether it's for fixed operations or general business. Boom, here you go. So what I've done is I've embedded that Calendly function into my website. And so if somebody wants to schedule a meeting, they can do it right here, right through the website as well. Right. And so this is one of those cool tools that I just really wanted to share with you guys, because I have a gut feeling that says, hey, maybe this isn't something that that you've been using a whole bunch. Right. And so that's one. I've got a ton of these things. Some people say, oh, I'm not really into automation. I don't really want to automate, my sales process. I want to be more personal. Well, you are being personal, but you're allowing some automation to make your being personal more efficient. I've scheduled about 400 of those 10 to 15 minute phone call meetings over the last year. And, that might sound excessive, but they're only 10 or 15 minutes, right? And think of all the people I get to meet and know along the way. All right. That being that, what else do we got going on today? Well, I launched the challenge connection yesterday. I noticed I'm having some kind of an issue with Stripe. And so if I do a force SSL, and I'm going to use some terms now that sound like a web developer, but if I enable the force SSL to force the credit card processing to go to an SSL secure page, what it does is it causes this like unending redirect inside my website. And so I've had some of the pages not function properly. And so what I'm trying to do now is figure out, well, what's causing that infinite redirect, right? And so it can be, it was the website set up as an HTTP website or an HTTPS website. Is there a conflicting, plugin? Do I need another plugin? There's all these combinations of things that happen in the back end of the website that can cause this kind of miscommunication. But it's important to me that no matter what browser somebody is in, when they want to swipe a credit card and join the challenge, I want to make sure that they have the ability to swipe the credit card and join the challenge, right? So I'm working with this, and I need to get it fixed for my own challenge that I'm launching on Monday, because I'm showing 10 other people how to build their own challenges. And I got to make sure that this whole system works for them as well. So this is our first challenge. This is our first real public run at this with this new platform. And so for me, it's just super exciting to be able to, even though there's speed bumps and there's stumbling blocks along the way, each time that we come across one, it's another leap forward. It's another, wow, we figured it out. Wow, we figured it out. Wow, we figured it out. And as we keep figuring this stuff out, this is stuff that people in the future won't have to worry about. It'll be a seamless proposition for them to go, hey, I want to run a 10-day challenge on how to grow, plants from seeds in an urban garden. Okay, right? So you worry about just the content, right? You worry about what are 10 steps to go from, seed to urban garden, right? And then we take care of all the technical stuff in the background, right? How the site is hosted, how the e-commerce works, how you charge people, how you schedule the events, all of that stuff goes through our site and our platform. So really excited about it. I just think it's going to be a really cool kick butt platform when it's all ironed out and truly ready for prime time. Like I said, I've released it at the beginning of the month, but it's still very much in feedback and continuous development mode. It's probably going to take 6 months to a year before we have that seamless thing I described, right? But you don't make the headway until you get to the stumbling blocks. It's like we say in all the leadership training, right? It is the obstacles that build your character. So have yourselves a great one, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great week.